Good day, family. It's your girl KK from Introspection Podcast. Yep. Today we are at Divine Delight Coffee House at Station. You're gonna know about them soon in case you don't. In who I'd like to pass my special thanks to Finite Magazine Lifestyle Club and Ts'ane Foundation. Speaking of which, we have the masterminds behind it. Ma'am, sir, how are you?
Hello, KK.
We are well, thank you.
I'm good, thank you. Can you briefly tell us who you are? I'll start with you.
My name is Ts'ane Foundation. I'm the lead counselor at Ts'ane Foundation.
Okay, and
Well, my name is Lakato Hama. I'm the founder and president of Ts'ane Foundation.
okay, that's amazing. Can you tell us what Ts'ane Foundation is, what it does, what it offers, everything Ts'ane Foundation?
Well, everything, I don't think we're going to fit it in just 2 seconds. But briefly, well, Ts'ane Foundation, and a lot of people, when I tell them about the word Ts'ane, they're like, what does that mean? Well, Ts'ane is the name of a grass, Ramba Ts'ane. So for the way it behaves, when we have storms, right? What happens is this grass does not fight against the currents or whatever, the floods. What it does, it lies down, goes with the flow. And when the sun shines again and the better days come, it rises. When it rises twice as strong. So it's exactly what we are, or personally where I come from, right?
Okay.
Because I had problems where I literally had to lie down and everybody thought, this grass is gone, the hatch is gone. But I had to do what? Just like the grass, rise back again, twice as strong. That's basically just a short form what I can give you about Ts'ane Foundation.
So I'm guessing the crust Ts'ane, kena entseng hore, like inspiring hore o believe the foundation Ts'ane.
Well, not necessarily the grass as such. I got inspired to start Ts'ane Foundation because of my life journey, what I've been through. In 2004, I had lost my sister to suicide. She committed suicide. It was just the two of us, right? And what happened is that the journey that I took from when she committed suicide to where I am today was a tragic story. Well, we understand that loss is something terrible. Grief is something terrible. And we have different ways to deal with it, right? And one of them, you can go for counseling, you can talk to somebody, or whatever it may be, something positive that's gonna help to cope with the pain and the grief. But personally, I went for something different. I indulged into alcohol because you know what it does? It makes you feel better. Well, you have one glass of whatever your beverage is. For me, it was beer. So I'd have one cup of beer and I'd be like, hey,
I'm good.
I'm not depressed anymore. I'm feeling much better, But what it does, you feel better with one. The next day, one doesn't make you feel better. You don't have to.
You want more.
As days go by, you need a whole case to feel better. And what happens? It meshes up your life. It totally destroys you. You're not dealing with the pain. You're just basically just covering the pain. You're not exactly attending to what's really eating you inside. The problem. What is the problem? I never really got a chance, or I never really took a step to address what was wrong with me, of which is I was grieving. So as a result of not paying attention to what I was going through, I ended up becoming an alcoholic. And my life changed. I mean, I always say I used to be this rapper. I used to be a superstar. I was on TV, I was in newspapers, Yeah, come on. It's I'm not just nobody. But yeah, I'm just somebody right
Can you
now.
just story a few lines, yeah?
If you ask a study of Kiruna, Copper Nemesis, Castle of Kiruna, Over Yim 1001 Rigula, the big shows with the Pasanyara Rona.
And you good.
Yes, well, I was then. But now we have these guys with the trap.
Yeah.
So I'm not relevant anymore. How about you like, ish, man? I'm like, easy. My time is gone. Yeah, but those were the fun times, And when I fell from grades because of my stress, depression, and alcoholism, everything shut down for me. I was up there, the sun was shining, and now everything's just gloomy. I'm in this cave of depression. And it got to a point where I tried to commit suicide.
Tell me about
And I was in a coma for 3 months, right? And waking up from a coma, my life had changed. because of the pills that I took trying to end my own life, everything changed. From the way I spoke, I had to learn how to speak again. Walking was difficult for me. And it felt like when you're in a coma, you're just sleeping. But it kind of eats away most of your memory. You wake up and you're like, I know you facially, but I don't know what's your name. You come out the other end as a different person, and it hurts a lot, you know? Especially it hurts the parents. Imagine, my sister passed away, suicide. And now here I am again, not dealing with the things I have to deal with. And I ought to figure out, hey, the best way is to take my own life as well. Because I never really attended to the pain. I never really got the help I needed. Here I am waking up from a coma, and when you go out there into the real world after trying to commit suicide, well, sympathy, some few people just can say, but majority of them, they laugh at you. I'll tell you, The Walking Dead, you see, you know. It's funny now.
Yeah, it's funny now.
It was like, it was painful. It was embarrassing. It was shameful to my family, and the pain that I caused my parents as well.
How old were you then?
I think that was about, I think that was back in 2013, 2012. I can't remember how old I was because I'm quite old. I think I started counting quite a long time ago. But yeah, I was old enough.
Okay.
And the shame that came with that, it was unbearable. But at that time, I told myself, you know what, Lachat, your own sister's journey was her journey. She came into the world alone and she left alone. And you have your own journey, your own purpose. God brought you here.
And you're still here.
And I'm still here, you know. God brought you here for a reason, and therefore fulfill that purpose that God has brought you here for. And then I had to put my life back together. It wasn't easy at all, you know. From being this famous person to getting good jobs in the suit to being everywhere. I was there. Life was good for me. And now I'm struggling to get a job. I'm not even considered to go feature on a song. I'm nobody. I used to step into a club and everybody knew, LK is here. Oh my God, did you see him?
The whole house was screaming it.
You know? And now you walk in, we'll do it. I'm going to sign that outfit. I'm going to see you. You're nobody.
Like,
I'm there. There's nothing more painful when people discuss you and say, You feel like, I want to prove myself again. But at that time, you're not in the right state of mind. The things that you're trying to prove, you have no power behind you. You have no say. You have no worth. You're just there. You're nobody. So I know. Kiss me, okay, what are you doing now? I know. So that peanut double is Peter. You know, which is it was quite sad. You know, but I had to fight back.
Greetings to the viewers of Self-Introspection Podcast. We are gathered here at Divine Delights today to share a conversation about mental health awareness. I am gathered here with my team, Finite Magazine, Lifestyle Club, Self-Introspection Podcast, and together with Ts'ane Foundation. So what is Divine Delights? Divine Delights is a coffee shop house located at MRM office. And what does Divine Delights offer? Divine Delights offers hot drinks and cold drinks. In our hot drinks, we have coffee, we also have tea, and in our cold drinks, we have soft drinks, we have juices, we have milkshakes, we also have ice cream. Moving on to our menu, we offer breakfast, we offer lunch, and we also offer dinner. Besides that, we do host some events, we do host some sessions where we celebrate birthdays. We also do game celebrations. We also host meetings, so you can come through, join us, and engage in a conversation through coffee and show the love to the world. Thank you very much.
Met a love of my life, my wife. At that time, she was still my girlfriend. Okay. And she would say, you know, I really love you, but there's something not really well with you, because she could tell about my temper. My temper has changed from this very nice person. My temper was outrageous, you know. I was not taking care of myself very well. I used to be this very clean person, I used to smell good, you know, well spoken. I didn't care anymore. You know?
So little bloma.
Second you know, how much I because both my teachers gave the teacher.
Okay.
You know, coming back to that of my parents, the teacher, now, National University of Research. I quit because I wanted to do my music, I wanted to do something else. Now I'm a university dropout, community high, and now everybody's life is going forward. Here I am, I'm nobody. And the best thing I can do, just because I used to be on that high pedestal, now I'm chilling with Rasta.
Shit.
Rasta is there like, hey, Jago in China. How was it being on TV? Now I have a conversation with this person. Hey, I also must get a dealing with answer or cock. Also, just because
yeah.
It goes on like that for a month. Next month, we're like, how come and now again, let us the house out born. So the facts, I do nobody. And anyway, everything came back, and here I am with this lady who's like, I see a diamond in you, but there's some certain things in life.
I'm sorry, you met her after Otoe Komengaba?
Yeah,
was
after.
it before then?
No, after.
Okay.
When I was trying to put my life together. And I got a job at this radio station where I was a volunteer. And slowly but gradually things are coming back into place. And I met this girl, and as we go along in our relationship, she could tell that something was not right with me. And my temper was terrible. I was not really taking care of myself. And when you're depressed, you don't stop things and finish them. You stop things, you stop things, and she's like, looking at you, I feel like you need to go counseling. Have you been counseling? Because I used to tell her about my little sister and all that. She's like, have you been to counseling? I was like, no. She's like, okay, I think we can go to Muslim hospital. And we have a stigma about Muslim hospital. When you talk about Muslim, you're thinking he lost his mind, you know. Hey, you know, but we don't use that word anymore. Like you say, but it kind of go natural. I was like, so he's like, no, I'm not saying that, but I think you need to sit down with somebody who might just understand what you're going through. So I decided, okay, I came from the hospital. But as soon as I got to the room gate, they came out again, or the gate, I was like, nah, this is not a place for me. Imagine at that time, from the hospital, as you walk in.
Was it because you thought you didn't need help?
No, I thought I don't need help.
Okay.
I definitely didn't think I need help. So as you walk into from the hospital, gate Mo, the hospital is in front of you. On both sides is the gardens, right? Where on the right, the ladies, on the other side, that's where the gentlemen, all those things.
Okay.
And I stood there and I looked at the gentleman, and one was by the fence and said, I was like, I was like, no, not me. So I turned around, went back home. Later on, my girl was like, so William will show me. I was like, yeah, I did, but they told me that I should come back after 3 months. One whole kids. Okay. So what she did, the next day she took my hand, she's like, let me help you. Let's go. We eventually went in there, counseling sessions, had talked with the doctors, the nurses, whatever, everybody, you know, because it was a team, you know. So at the fifth.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel such and such and such? Yeah. She's like, I'm like, damn it. I'm God. Mo, yeah, there. So before I went to Bukami Hospital, I did some inquiries. Because I heard that if you could mention that you tried to commit suicide, but go quiet.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So she asked me, did you ever try to take your own life? I was like, no.
Nah.
She looked at me. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, sure. Mind you, at that time when I tried to take my own life, I still had that LK whatever, so it was in the papers. So she knew that. Oh, I tried to take my own life.
Ooh.
But she's like, oh, okay, whatever you say. So after the whole thing, I was diagnosed with bipolar stage 2, right? Bipolar is a stage where the neurons at the back of your head, and I limit like I think I'm gonna digitap with some spine, but I just want to simplify this. So they can up onto your brain. This time I say the messages. So when you are stressed, under a whole lot of stress, these sparks, they are shot. Your ability to think properly, to judge things properly, to take you tired. So they are shot.
Okay.
Hey, behind because they're dead. So I was at that point in time. So how quickly you get overly excited or angry. How you know, so I could never really be in between. So I had to be on medication, of which I still am right now and for the rest of my life. And it's helping me a lot. A lot of people believe that how am show me, hey, get to class for was hey, can I to get look up on le how into only khatela maikutlo o sa ikutlwe hantle ka ba batla go qoba ke go to the hospital.
Okay.
If you could see me 4 years ago and see me now, a lot of people like,
is that him?
Wait, what's that wrong? I'm like, I took a step, you know? So I urge a lot of people to what? Take care of themselves, speak out, and seek help. So this is where Ts'ane Foundation came in. I was like, I don't do much, I give it this thing of money to so.
Yeah.
And now, what about the rest of the people that are going through the same problems? I'm like, nah, let me go help these people. Now going back, now I go to Ts'ane Foundation, and now let's help everybody who's going through all this free counseling. Let's sit down and talk. How about come here, let me hold your hand. Let's go there. Hey guys, this is what mental health is all about. Are you going through something with you mental health awarenesses? You know, you go into the highlands. In the highlands, rural areas.
Yeah.
Oh, bamubitsi.
Yeah.
So how to say how to say exactly what is mental health? Mental health illness for that fact, because we all have mental health. Even you.
Yes, sir.
Mental health, well-being. That's when you're thriving in life.
What exactly is mental health?
Mental health is a state of mind, really. It could be a bad state of mind or a good state of mind. You know, when you are jubilant, you're happy, things are going well, you got a good job, you got a good car, you got a good family, you got a good paycheck, you're in a good state of mind, good state of mental mind, state of good mental health. Or because it's, how to say you have anxiety or you have depression, mine is really in the bad state of mental health. So we have mental health, it depends on us, is it good or bad?
Okay.
So when we talk about mental health, people are like, oh, they do the change. Exactly. That's what it's about. So now Ts'ane Foundation has gone back to now what is mental health? Mental health awareness. Let's give Manababang counseling. We work at counseling. We work at alcohol abuse. We work at drug abuse. We work at the triggers about a bad state of mental health. Yes.
Okay, so there's also suicide.
Coffee when I did. Sorry. Divine delights.
Oh, thanks, Surya.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so what are the ways that we can prevent suicide? Because they are dealing with a lot, and bataba honka as step hore ba bona hore ba hlokomele ba fumana thuso ka bothata ba bona. Yeah, what do you think, how do you think we can deal with that? How do you think they can get help?
First of all, we need to know what we're dealing with. We need to know bothata bo kae. Sebetsa na bothata bo kae. Bothata bo bokhoziwa ke eng. Sebetsa na bothata bo bokhoziwa ke eng. Only there ka tla tsaba the way forward is the thing. Like it's a mahlalana jwale. We have a very high unemployment rate in this country, right? And also we have a high rate of drug abuse in this country.
We do.
So imagine and put these things together. We don't have jobs as a youth. Well, as that, I'm not a youth anymore, I think. But I look young, eh? As a youth, we don't have jobs. We have high rate of crime rate. And I fat thing that exposed to us. And now you're thinking, how are we going to go forward? How soon what happens? You get depressed. You don't have money, you can't support yourself. Your life is not moving forward. You have degrees in this and that, but you're sitting at home. You're not doing anything. You opt to do drugs because of what you're going through. And the drugs are mentally destroying you. And you create this habit that you need to feed every day. And you're addicted to whatever drug you're using. And right now, sadly, the drug of choice now for our youth is meth. And these kids are using this meth, crystal meth. They're using like nobody's business. We have something, what they do, let me just step into that drug abuse. What they do, we have something they call Bluetoothing. Since they Bluetoothing.
Okay.
This is how they do it. Since they can't all afford to buy this particular drug, one buys it, Mema also buys it, consumes it, she gets high. When she's high, I take a syringe, stick it into a vein, draw blood from her, and then inject it into myself.
What?
Now we go to where? HIV. Whatever diseases are going to pass through that. Now when I inject that, now I'm getting high. Now we're having a problem on top of a problem going forward. That's why I say we need to find out what's the problem, what's the issue, what's the cause, before we can start dealing with how we can sort it out. Now sorting out, we're talking about because in Lesotho right now, according to World Health Organization, we rank number 1 in Lesotho, or amongst the top 3 in Lesotho when we come in the world. When we talk about mental, when we talk about suicide rates. Imagine we're just a population of just over 2.2 million, and we rank that high in the world.
Suicide.
So, how do we prevent this? We need to sort these things in
Okay.
We need to address these issues. I'm not going to do it like I would do because we're going to discuss it right now. Yes.
So let's say I'm not dealing drugs now, but I'm depressed. Maybe a childhood trauma is the source of my depression. Who do I go to for help? I need help. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, this is where I come in.
Yes.
Yeah, I can say it, but I've been on it forever.
It's very important, but I think we should, as much as it's one of the issues or the problems or major issues today, there are many others that fall under that category. I think I should get collected. Mental health is a state where someone doesn't even understand their emotions and feelings at the time. You just know you have a problem. You just you don't know how to feel you understand?
And it happens a lot.
It happens a lot. Some people
Yeah.
why are you feeling the way you're feeling, or why behavior about how in a certain way? Most people don't understand what mental health is not something we wanna. It's something that develops throughout time. You understand? So mental health you know when they say behavior how unusual for you know, so it can start from bana to adolescence to early adulthood to late adulthood. So we have to understand it's how we work at mental health. We're not just talking about the youth. We are talking in general. But to be aware this thing exists. Like he said before, wana akabali behavioral problems. But and then they don't understand, or we don't understand what the problem is. We need to understand the different types of mental health, because there are different types of mental health. You know, when I whenever like this, you know, nana kwe mo nana e utlaf mana ngwana ho tloa a le monyane o na le bothata ba kelello, o na le bothata ba movement, o na le bothata ba bana ba mona o tla fumana ala ha ke batle ho bua hampe, but e mona o tla fumana ha neng ha kgone ho itshwara tsamaya bo a hlotsa tsa like the neural dynamics tsa hae di hana ho connect. So that is called a neurodevelopmental disorder. It develops as an fetus. So it would have manner it's a mason the neuron connections. It's not something that any parent can avoid. Yeah, it's a halan. It's a disorder in kids. Or 1 in 7 children around the world, but it's that disorder. So, it's just because now you understand? So now it becomes difficult for them to express how they feel or express what they feel, because those are two different things. How we can imagine when it can't even speak or even talk or even express to say I am feeling in a certain way, it's very painful. So it's not something that is treatable, unfortunately, because it's something and then we have anxiety disorders. Anxiety disorders it's a personality mood swings. You feel at one point you're on a high note. 2 minutes or so let lies hard. Also now what changed that mood swing? Or a feeling of fearness. About fearful, look at hey, how what's about lots of me? You get one about 2 months and about what's about lots of that. You get one. Udula anahana kapa unal fear and the moment they walk out of the house, something bad is going to happen to them. Yeah. So that is an anxiety disorder. That in itself, it's something that most people don't even understand. But it's actually a disorder in itself. It's an anxiety disorder. So utlame a lot of treatment for that thing. And parents need to be aware of this, because most of the time it's a hala from teenage or adolescent ages, whereby now the mood swings, the behavioral characters, they are developed. So now they don't understand or know what's happening with them. So parents have a aware to ask try to find out if a fear of something else. And then if it's a survey, like he said, go for counseling, seek counseling. It's depression.
Just before you go past that, I just want to make it clear to the parents that a lot of parents always believe that wana usili. That's what our parents always say. They will say so nana you know, but the parents don't really understand what this person is going through. And without you, we trouble run. Especially for because boys are not born talkative. We have left hemisphere, right hemisphere in our brains, you know, and both the girls use both hemispheres. So, but it's like really big. And this is why that talkatives, they're more expressive, you know. I'm trying to make them you're like, oh, I'm trying to him. Because so these are just one hemisphere. So but really need to be aware that they need to have a way to approach their teenage kids when they're going through this. Don't just label it as we'll see. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you, Lady. I think let me just try to talk
Okay.
so that we have depression. I think depression everybody is familiar with. I don't think there's anybody who has go through depression. Depression is all the school, mobile, like exam. And then now that also develops into anxiety at the same time. So the disorder more than one kind of hard to actually hard depression happily anxiety, understand? And then we also have bipolar disorders, like he said he was diagnosed with it. It's a moods. It's a maniac symptoms. Maniac symptoms again to motor actually has a who formalize reality understand. So or create probably their own sense of reality. And so we also have to make that aware sometimes moto habwa something especially on a day-to-day basis. Their sense of cognitive thinking because now when I go mama hi what's about so now we have to understand those kind of small, developmental disorders we do not recognize because now essence early developmental disorders whereby in presence and never have a whole man and most important hat. Osasa hono with a conversation in normal in that head. Was a hand that was say well at a high all the time, and so that is also very vital. How I did totally tolerate this. We have PTSD. I think PTSD or never talk about it. Post-traumatic disorder. Post-traumatic disorder. Most people believe for people who deal with day-to-day traumas or situations they involve traumatic situations more than the doctor. That's not really the case. Yes, that's the case, but not entirely. Anybody can experience PTSD. If you have had a trauma in your life, a traumatic experience in your life, or PTSD, you grow up thinking you are able to defend yourself. I said, because we're now and how do anybody to do anything to you. But that affects your day-to-day normal behaviors, because now also by an abuse. Understand? Because now the things that you learned from your childhood, now you become that. And then it develops into that thing in a way for society. Rather than getting help for the fact that you were abused, now we say this okay.
When you hang up,
yes.
The way they were raised.
The way they were raised.
How they want to raise.
Yes. And so they become reluctant to change because I'm Kemuholo and and I'm sure a lot of parents back home are gonna be like, PTSD. But the thing is, you don't even realize that you have PTSD.
Okay.
When you've been brought up, because a lot of people are going through that still, even whenever you are brought up in a situation whereby your mother was being abused. No, get out of this situation. Because now, and now you that is not the case. Get help. Because it will manifest into each and every generation. And it's gonna, it is a matata of it. It is our escape route. Fortunately, the drugs is number one, and it is not healthy. It is not right. Jwala is something that should be, enjoyed, not used to forget, not used to say, you still have those problems. So you have to get to the root cause, because tomorrow, your problems are still there.
Yep.
You understand? So that's, I think, in a nice way, in a responsible manner, then it our choose. Another one, we have the eating disorders.
Pardon me?
Eating disorders.
Okay.
An eating disorder, bulimic, how much bulimia, how much anorexic. Parents should be aware of this because now it's a haladi adolescents, the young adults.
Okay.
It was firstly more prominent in the early years about weight was such a huge factor. How the hips in already don't know
Not well.
and
The hell?
for you to be, or if you are the perfect image of a perfect woman, you had to be of a certain size,
Okay.
size 18, size 24, all those. And then how about my 36, size 36 then, or overweight, how shabale hante, you are disgusting and all those. So that's when eating disorders were very, very prominent. A lot of women went through eating disorders. They can actually worst part anyway because that's what she knows. That's what she was taught. For you to be beautiful, over a size 8, over a size 12, understand?
Excuse me?
Yes. That's what anorexic means. That's what bulimic means. When you eat your food and then you regurgitate what you have eaten. What they used to do was hide it. Because now I get how about it's simple. You are ashamed of the fact that I say and unaled this eating disorder. They didn't know how it was a disorder at the time. But a certain size, sometimes it's something initially it is a societal contributor. Because now we are in a society better.
It was a norm at the time.
It was a norm at the time. So
I think it still happens even today.
really, yeah, it does. But for
females, it does. Because for men,
for many,
you see how skinny I am. It shows that, well, the society shows that I'm broke.
You
I need
understand?
to have a little bit of
Okay.
a tummy, and I need to wear like a skinny shirt,
Yeah.
skinny jeans,
Yeah.
and my belly needs to hang out a little bit, just to prove that I have money.
Yeah, understand.
So I guess for men it's different. I need to be
Vice versa.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it feels.
So, but I feel like in turmoil, body shaming, as much. But they're fighting against that. A lot of women are fighting against that. There have been activists fighting against that because I believe every woman is beautiful in any shape. I feel like a lot of celebrities also I think Lizo. If people know and music, Lizo is this American plus size woman who was like, you know what, I'm beautiful in my own skin, and they were advocating for big women, big sized women. So as much as yes, it's there, eating disorder, but it's not as prominent anymore because I think people are now being comfortable in their own skin and their own body weight.
And we also have like plus size mannequins when you go around the shops, which is good. Which is good. So yeah, that is also a disorder, and then we have a disruptive and dissocial disorder. This is a disorder whereby moto behave in a way a disruptive. And it's like hard to na ho banning a tshwatla ha kwata fela o wa senya o dira bona it's either wa chesa, it's either wa o tshwatla the plates. It's a disruptive behavior. At times it's also connected to anger, feeling isolated, feeling of desertedness, feeling of not being heard. So it's a way by sebedisang who express how they are feeling. So it's also something that should also be diagnosed and recognized. Okay, motaso agathola help 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not because I say uchina. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all these disorders I'm just trying to cover now. There is help. You understand? There are various treatments. We have psychiatric counseling. We have medication. We have cognitive and behavioral training or therapy, whereby your cognitive state is taught to be in alignment with your behavior. The disruptive behavior, so that you're able to align your thoughts. Also behave in a way is so there's different ways of doing it, but the main one is counseling, the medication, because each and every disorder how treat one disorder, how treat anxiety, how treat PTSD. You understand? So each and every one in the treatment whereby about the question would be also is it treatable? Normally it's treatable. All the disorders by the treatment center. It might not take days, it might not take months, but it might take years. But how moto a disorder eating it can get treated.
Okay.
That dedication and willingness to say give out how to choose. Most people believe they are fine. They are 100% okay. But I can tell you, not everybody is 100% okay.
Okay.
Especially on a daily basis, I get people who say, "Yo, give me it." You understand? On a daily basis, it can be taxing, it can be moting, or anyway. So it goes to show how people are on the verge of mental illness and they need help. So monat wa rona Ts'ane Foundation, we provide those kind of help. Counselor at the Ts'ane Foundation, we have a social worker, we have a nurse. So all these people, they are there but about to survive. And we try to as best as we can. But you have to have dedication forward. You have to know you have a problem. How to know about how to how to behavior in certain ways to say, okay, maybe I do behave in a certain way. In denial.
Okay.
I wonder how come in denial, then you won't get any help from anybody.
We have people barring yes, ke a dumela hore ke na le bothata, but hore ke tla ho lona ke fihle ke address bothata is a problem for me. How do you deal with such people? Kabo le ba atametsa ba mpela lona go ba katela ba ba comfortable hore ba khona hore ba bue.
Well, I guess in that case, remember when I was telling my story, my life story, family support is very important when you're in this issue. You need to have a supportive structure. Either as a friend, family, community. We know each other, right? So you need to have a very strong support structure where somebody can reach out to us and say, you know what, I have so and so in my village or in my community, and I think that certain person has a certain problem. We've had clients where we've been told by to go than the family, or I think you need to help so and so because of one behavior by everything. And mind you, as a person that's on the streets, you cannot diagnose somebody and say, I think this person is mentally unwell. But there's some certain red flags that you see, this person is not.
There's a problem here.
So you call for professional help. We get there, check out, try to approach this person, because sometimes we actually put our own lives at risk because you never know how they're going to react. So it's a very risky job, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
But we go there because we do it for the love of it and because we care. So,
sorry. For a person who comes to us, I do have a problem, but I don't know how to express my feelings. You understand? We are a very patient organization. We are a very patient group.
Okay.
We work on your time. You understand? And the other thing, we are confidential. I think people should understand whatever that you are going to say to us, nobody will ever know. So we
Not
build
even my
trust.
parents?
Not even your
Nobody.
parents.
Okay.
Nobody will know. Because now I need to develop a trust with my client. Because you understand? So I'm not gonna break that bond, that relationship.
you can sue us.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody who feels or they do want to talk or they do have a problem, but they don't know how to express their problems, we are very patient. We'll guide you. We'll take things step by step, day by day, and at the end of the day, we will come to a resolution. You'll have the confidence to express how you feel, and yeah, you will get help at the end of the day.
And just to add on to what Mem was also saying, we use what we call adoptive method of counseling. You're not just a client who comes in and walk out.
Okay.
No, you're part of us.
Yeah.
You're part of the family.
Yeah.
For instance, when you come for counseling, we can't just say, I think this one it's like
Okay.
We go there with you.
Yes.
We sit down with you. Until we get that's how we are. We just don't talk to you and just send you out to the world. No. In your own home, we come over, we sit down with you to check out the environment, so I guess that's what makes us different and special in that case. So that's what we do.
We have
That's
a continued relationship counseling.
Okay.
We go through the journey with you, whether it's on a daily session, weekly session, depending on how you would want it to be. We make it a point that we do not you are being difficult. We will go with you through their journey, however difficult it might be, but we have sent a session I think most people has a quick fix. Counseling is not a quick fix. Counseling it is a strenuous, it is a hardworking process. Dedicated on both ends, and so it's not just a day fixed situation.
Okay.
And on top of that, I just want to add to this. I really want to thank Finite Lifestyle Club for what they're doing, taking a step, giving us a platform to talk about certain things like this, because we need to create an awareness. We need to talk about mental health, because we still need to eradicate the whole stigmatization over mental health. A lot of people, when you talk about mental health, ke mane mo re patang bonkgona wa rona ba se bana le bathata ba kelello ka baka la old age, ke mona mo batswadi ba rona ba patang metswalle ya rona, thaka tsa rona bona na le taba ya bothata ba kelello, ga bona e le shame, taboo, so that no, we need to put this on the table, put it out there and discuss it. You know, having coffee and talking about this is what we need to do in every coffee shop. You know, this is what we need to address. So have a clear, divine delight and say, guys, let's talk about this openly. Because most situations and most points where we try to raise this, like, I ain't been a blind deal. We talk about it a lot. It's not enough matter. And also we need to talk about the government. Government needs to get to a point where we say, as much as you say unemployment, youth unemployment is a problem now in this country, same as mental health. It's a problem. Let's talk about this. If we don't address this issue as a government, and we're saying, no, Bachaba wanna be sharp mentally, and you're going to hire the same youth into the government system, the same youth that is sick, that is mentally unwell, and we want this to propel the government going forward, our country going forward.
No.
Well, I'm not talking about politics, I'm talking about mental health. So I'm just saying to our government, they really need to take mental health seriously. And on as Ts'ane Foundation, we can't just go across the country. And may I point this out, everything that happens, we don't have sponsors, we don't have funding, we don't have anything. We go there, our own dedication. And I'm most down for that, because seriously, we don't have funds. Like I want to have money on our title, but we can't get there.
Yeah.
So if we have funding, the government is like, hey guys, go to health, we can 1212. Working together collectively will help us concerning mental health.
Oh, thank you so much for that. We are coming to an end of this show. I know I'm really moved by all the information that I received today. Tell you what, today I woke up with a very, very heavy heart. You understand? So my parents left today. But I am happy to say today even like really helped me. So now to I'm sure
Love questions.
Okay. So I have a lot of questions. I don't know if I can ask them all at once, Gabo, hanyanyana, and we take it like that.
I think
Okay.
most probably.
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm so glad I got to be here because I learned so much personally. I didn't even know that I am struggling with anxiety because, and it's something that started way back. I just knew that I didn't like public spaces.
Sorry, excuse me, what's your name?
My name is Tandi.
Tandi.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mama also talked about it. She said, "How you need to start getting treatment because from my teenage years."
Yes.
So how do we then approach it? How do we get treated?
Okay. The treatment the disorder, it's actually very simple.
Okay.
Or before or bad counseling. Avoid avoid isolating yourself from that. Talk about it. Talk to your friend, talk to your mom, your dad. Hopefully they'll listen because but I'm hoping they'll listen and understand what it's high time parents stepped up. They're going through a lot. Our children are going through a lot. So talk about it. Find an activity on a daily basis. Whether it's basketball, whether it's rapping, whether it's find an activity
And a hobby.
and a hobby, yes. Or just exercise. That is also something. Exercise is very important. And in a positive way. Avoid also having to think in a negative manner. Thinking negatively will actually depress you. Try to think positive. Try to think, try to get out of that slumber mode whereby you just feel like you're defeated. You just feel like the whole world is against you. And not go anywhere, not do anything. That state is very, very dangerous because you don't even notice you do feel it, but you don't know more. And the moment you do realize it, the moment you do realize it, try to snap out of it. Because try to go somewhere, take a walk, go to a friend's place, try to talk about your issues, try to talk about your feelings with anybody and everybody.
Even a total stranger.
Find a new skill to do. But I'm change maybe why it's a gardening country. It's a simple house. Try to just try to find something how to get active. Being alone is dangerous. Being alone is very dangerous, and I think people need to understand, try to get out of that stage. Mentally, it will show you.
And also to add on to what you're saying, I was telling you, here at Ts'ane Foundation, we just don't talk about these things because would you badly get paid? If I'm going to pay
then like it is.
Yeah. I used to be a person who loves darkness when I was going through that period. Opening the curtains, I didn't want to do that. Because I'd rather get up, go to you, but try to because I was so deep into it, and I never realized how deep it got. You look at Nata once a week, but you end up not even bathing. Start losing weight. Sometimes you there's a problem here.
Yes.
And these things, was kind of okay, just because we woke up with a heavy heart today, oh, I'm so depressed. It needs to go over a period of time. That's like over 3 weeks, it's like the same thing. Now the problem is it. But if it's just 2 weeks, 2 days, until 2 days, 3 days, that's what you would have to understand when you're in depression. But 3 weeks later, now we have a problem.
One.
Yes. Oh.
And if you sit down for a hand, you can get yourself out of that space. Because a situation. So we have the tools and the skills to try and help you to get back to a better self,
Absolutely.
to a more productive self. So we are there for her. This kind of, again, this thing since we work at another situation in yoga, we are there for
I try hore ke batla batho ba ke tlo bua le bona. Even the very same people ba ke buang le bona, they throw my shit at my face.
they victimize you.
You understand?
Yes.
So ke quickly back up okay, now who do I trust? Who do I go to?
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah. So if you feel like all this doesn't go, or talk to your parents, talk to your friends, go
Professional. Now go.
You understand? Go professional. At times, or Ts'ane Foundation, we try to do family counseling, whereby we try to bring parents into the mix. Hi, Barabona, your situation, I look you because now at the home front, it's hard. You can't fix a problem. Incorporate the parents, and then bring you in, and then try to counsel you as a family to try and see if we can improve your family structure also at the same time, so that way now it's about holistic. You understand?
Oh yes, I will try to sum how, because I also picked a lot from your story in Dadalachat, because we all deal with loss at some point, and you got to a place where you thought suicide was the solution, but even after you got back from coma, while you're still trying to reclaim your life, how then did you fight the urge not to complete what you had already started, Yahoo attempt at suicide? How did you try to manage to try and get up again?
I think from an early childhood, I've always been a strong person, strong-willed person. I've never been a person of too many friends. Yes, I had friends when I was famous, but those are not friends. Those are just, I want to call them groupies. You want to be shining when you're shining. As soon as the spotlight goes, they're gone and you're left alone, right? So I'm strong-willed. I guess I got given that by God, right? Okay, but why guess I'm completing what I've already started? It got to a point where I started remembering who I am. You still have dreams to achieve, because in life you need to keep that candle burning. You need to dream. You need to want to achieve, because these things, they keep you focused. Because you need to take steps. How can you achieve it? You're like, oh, can I do more?
Okay.
Oh, come on, I can do better. So you start challenging yourself. When you start challenging yourself, you seem to forget about everything on the sides. And that's when you start building yourself and going forward. So and so TV, like, what's that? Because you never focus on the negativity. You never focus on these people. You start focusing on you, building yourself. So because you got baby steps going forward. But because when you're like, oh dear, what have I done? So I'm capable of these things. Come on, Warren, I can do even better. Have a mona city who conquer a mood. What about Dopo Yamasu? Okay, conquer a little Bamasu. What about the whole districts? Security run, let's go international. That's exactly what happened with my story. My story now, we talk about Asia, people are talking about it. We talk about Europe, they're talking about it. It's there. I'm like, So like when you're exposed, now I'm like, hey, I'm just whatever now to I'm professional, I get paid. How about you come over talk about professionalism? I'm just like, nah, I got you. Now it's like we're a bigger team now. From the Khatuna Nabaka who like to the Khatuna who's got the whole team behind and a positive team for that matter. So it starts with little things growing to bigger.
Right.
Okay.
At this point, suicide rates are high. They're actually more than what's recorded. Suicide rate in Kalagamo. A lot of youth actually think about having suicide. A lot of youth feel defeated people in this situation. How we do people are. Even if they might not go through with it, it's actually a suicidal thought. And that is a dangerous place to be. So try to be that depressed it takes a strong mind, a strong will in that suicidal. How with the unemployment rate? It is crazy for because now at the home front, how it's it? We see the school on how 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our husband says, "Oh, stagnant. Hi, is not for me." The moment I stand
once you think about it,
so give me powerful in a change, but the powerful change in Batswadi make a huge difference in their child's behaviors, in their child's process, in thought process, because support it's invaluable. But now how Twala supported him, the world can touch you. But right now, community naring away. I want to talk about it. But how it's about how singing legal how singing legal can't talk about no law about you understand? And it's hopeless. So please, parents, please support your kids. And a lot of probably 90% they have all said, well, I've had suicidal thoughts.
And once you nurse that, you water it. It starts as a thought, just like an idea for a business. Like, hey, I want to open a coffee shop, and now you need to water that thought. It's a seed. It's exactly as our suicide thoughts. How can you not? I was so that's really if you plan overnight, that's exactly what my sister did. She's like, Chocopalinga Pesicin, Chocopalava musical china. How to want to lay to you're dead, you're gone. You know? For all that's new, go back and anybody answering on the life. For all that's new. After tears, one after tears, more since I call it, say, yeah, one I demand was, hey, come on, since I say, you're gonna have kids, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna get old, whenever how we will pay. So don't, it's always your legacy. In Munai, I get some for years and years to come. Think about positive things.
One other thing, pray.
Oh yes, amen.
Talk to your God. You understand? Pray. Praying is also a counseling session. How only more. Why counselor or But I've been there where there will be that point of flower, yes. I know my prayers are not reaching. But now, just keep on praying each and every day. Prayer is powerful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I'll get what I felt like I was.
Okay, can we now tell our viewers how they can reach you, where they can find you?
Okay. Do you want to?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yes.
We are located at Masari West, Donaholo Road,
Okay.
house A170. Or you can get us on Facebook, that's Ts'ane Foundation. Or you can call us on these numbers.
These numbers.
Yeah, the number is 63. Hold on. 63-421-722. That's 63-421-722.
6845-767.
Or you can check out Lekhato Ham on Facebook.
Okay.
Or Ts'ane Matsuso on Facebook.
Are you available 24/7?
We are available anytime you need us. But no, we said this thing, it's a progressive thing. Any time of the day. At 10 call me. Also, there's one of my other colleagues. Take it out, but because commitments at times but like we said, these numbers obviously on our social pages and information is all the other counselors and all the other social workers and nurses. All the information in on house and so we are available 24/7.
And also, I want to urge the youth, the parents, communities, Marena, because we need to work collectively.
The government,
the private sectors.
Private sectors also.
More.
Yeah.
And to compare to the stigma in hospital, ki mo yang batubala seek help, talk to anybody about your situations. Seek professional help. But when I penny, it's very light, right? But how we be legal to hunch? Stretch out 2 minutes, there's no wait. An hour later, hey, 5 hours later, okay. But it doesn't mean your penny is getting heavier. It simply means your muscles, it's exactly what's happening. How to stress. How to stress the problem in for a long time. So Ts'ane Foundation, how you say that you talk about counseling. So Eric, there's a problem in it. That's what we do. Go second break it into the most
simple way.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.